morning from me and from Roxy, who is sitting down there and joined us this morning. I am dressed up because it is so cold here. You've had me out here with an umbrella because it was raining in the sun, and now it's cold. And the reason I am holding a mug, in case you're impressed, is not because I want to drink or because I want to balance it, but it's actually keeping my hands warm. So I thought I'd venture out with a cup and hope I don't spill it. So this week, been an interesting week. A lot escalating around the world, probably where you are, where we are. And I don't want to go into all what it means. I don't want to go outside this garden. But what I do want to say is that God is on the move. He is a just God, He is a loving God, and He is working out His plans and purposes. Now, one thing I want to say is I had a message from a pastor, and he said one thing that really got my heart. And he said, I don't know one pastor who is not struggling right now. And that caused me to sit back and think, how am I being an encouragement to pastors I know? And if I want to say one thing to you this morning, consider sending notes of encouragement. Consider pastors who you know, think of them and find some way to encourage them, because it's a tough time for them right now. It's almost like they're trying to shepherd sheep that are scattered in all directions. It's completely outside our remit of training and experience to shepherd and lead a flock under these circumstances. So pray for your pastor, pray for the pastors you know, and send them a note of encouragement. So my week has not been overly exciting. I chased a bird that had escaped from a neighbour's garden when they were trying to get its wings mended or something, and rescued it from being killed by cats. And I think that's about it. We are allowed out a bit, so I walk round our block. It's about a 10-minute quick walk, and I walk round several times until I've walked a mile, and that's about the extent of my adventures. We're still ploughing on. Oh, one thing, I spoke in Brazil this weekend. I spoke at a big conference in Brazil. Think about that. It was the first I've done like this, but I should imagine there's many more, because I had to record the message and then send it over there, and I've yet to find out how they actually translated it. But I spoke at this big conference where there were quite a lot of people, and when I was looking at it, I've only glimpsed at it online. It was really cool, but I expect that will happen more in the future. It's quite difficult preaching for an hour or so when you haven't got anybody to see. And much as it was fun, and much as I'm grateful I did it, it's not the same as being there. Not the same as seeing the people. It's not the same talking to you like this. And Brazil is such a relational, friendly, passionate people, and to miss that while I'm speaking, it was a big miss. But I'm grateful. Can you guess what I talked about? The return of the King. That's what they asked me to talk about, so that's what I talked about. And so I guess that was a highlight. Apart from that, it's just been too cold to do much. The garden still as it was, and hopefully we'll begin to move forward. Anyway, I had an idea, not an original one, but how about you give me questions that I can answer next week? It can be any sort of questions. I mean, I can choose not to answer them, but give me some questions. And I'm going to go towards the end of the week. I will go into our Facebook stories and Instagram stories and give you a place there where you can ask questions. So give me questions, and I'll sit here next week and I'll answer them. Sound like a bright idea? So on this Tuesday morning from England, this is my good morning to you. It's a highlight of my week to see all the messages rolling out down the thread, and saying good morning to me. And by the way, even if it's afternoon, the rules are you say good morning, okay? This is a good morning video. So, happy Tuesday, and I didn't spill any tea, and I'm off now to do some recording and get on with our week's work. So I'll see you in the thread below.